Hey y'all, hey, so there's going to be an energy reading on Chris Brown to see what his energy is right now and to see what he is feeling, okay? So I ain't going to hold y'all too long. Without further ado, let's get into the energy of the overall energy of what the tarot deck is going to say, okay? What's up? Oh, I ain't want to go up on the table, but I'm going to go. So the first card out of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. There's Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, right? And when I see the Ace of Pentacles, I pick up on things like a new financial opportunity, a business opportunity, like some type of promotion. I also think of grounding energy. I also think of the number one. And so I feel like this could, or he could feel like this is a money grab. This centers around money, okay? Because this is the Ace of Pentacles. I also pick up on like health or improving health, okay? So this centers around money. This centers around finances, okay? I mean, the next card is the Three of Swords. There's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And so he feels sorry about something, okay? And so it's like sadness, grief, heart hurt, heartbroken. And so this is the energy of like Saturn is some type of resistance, a stagnation, a pause. And this Three of Swords is like a stabbing heart energy, and it's like feeling like he wants to cry. It's also heavy on Libra energy. And when I see Libra energy, I think of the scales of justice. I think about karma. So he's feeling really heartbroken right now. He's away from his kids. I also see the Seven of Pentacles. This Seven of Pentacles is about like some type of restriction. I also see this Taurus energy. So even though there's Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, when I pick up on Taurus, I pick up on like stubbornness. Chris Brown could be very, very stubborn. I feel like he wasn't looking out for his best interest. He wasn't looking out for his health. He wasn't taking care of his health. And the Seven of Pentacles is like planting seeds. I think of things like patience is a virtue, sitting down, grounding energy. I also think of slow and steady wins the race. It's like the day that you plant the seeds isn't the day that you get the fruit. But this also, like I said, centers around finances, improving health. And so, I mean, he is going to sit down. And so I don't feel like he was taking care. I don't feel like Chris was taking some medicine to ground himself, okay? He wasn't grounding himself, and he was using some things, some wrong substances, okay? Because when I think of Taurus energy, I also think of like conforming. And so I know there is some type of resistance. And so he's sitting, and he's trying to be as patient as he can. He had no choice but to be patient. I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, okay? And so this Queen of Swords is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. But I'm picking up on a female energy. Even though we are masculine energy and feminine energy, it's a female around him. And so when I see this Queen of Swords, it could be his mother, it could be his children's mother, any female. But when I think of the Queen of Swords, I think of like someone who is a protector, who could be protective. There's Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Someone who can be very, very blunt, bold, and direct, but who keeps their heart guarded. And so this is a female that's around him. Could be his mother that is talking to him, that's communicating with him, just keeping it real and like telling him, maybe I told you so, or I told you to be careful, or I told you need to change some things. Okay. I see the Queen of Cups. So there's the Queen of Swords. There's the Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups is like, this is mental. This is emotional. So when I see the Queen of Cups, there's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's a divine feminine who is nurturing, who is caring, who knows how to emote, who allows themselves to feel the emotions. And when they need to release those emotions, they know how to cry or cleanse themselves and release. And so I feel like this is his mother around him who is talking to him, helping to keep him balanced mentally and emotionally. Confirmation, we have the Empress. I also see like that this is a mother, and so the Empress talks about fertility. It's a Libra energy and Taurus energy. But when I see the Empress, it talks about pregnancy. Not saying he got somebody pregnant. I mean, somebody could, but I think of a motherly energy. I think it could be his children's mother, or someone who's pregnant. It's about being pregnant with potential, or actually pregnant. And I think of creativity. I think of creation. I think of a harvest. I think of like having the keys, evolving, elevating. I see the moon card, and so this moon card is Pisces energy. And when I see the moon card, it's something that's hidden that's going to be revealed. And we just got out of the full moon in Scorpio. It's a full moon in Scorpio and a flower moon. And so we might still be in that energy. They say 3 days before and 3 days after, but I feel like a little bit more. But this Pisces energy is about anxiety, fear, okay, doubt, fear, a lot of anxiety, and not trusting intuition, okay? And so there is an energy of, I'm hearing ringing in this ear too, there's an energy of he feel like someone should have known something, or something was being hidden from him, okay? We have the King of Cups. He's feeling very, very emotional. There's a divine masculine. There's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I don't know what his sign is, but he's feeling very, very, very emotional. And as so, there's a lot of anxiety. There's the Nine of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, and it's heavy on Gemini energy. So he has a lot of time to sit and go over the things that has been happening in life. There's about anxiety, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he has bipolar, but this anxiety is really, 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 really high. Anxiety, fear, intrusive thoughts going out of control, thoughts spiraling out of control, okay? Not being able to sleep. I'm seeing the Emperor. There's Aries energy. This is a masculine who is like, I think of a husband, boyfriend, a divine masculine, a masculine in this energy, but it's Aries energy. And so I feel like when I see the Aries energy, I feel like somebody like who felt like they were being strategic, not playing checkers, but he was playing checkers and he wasn't being strategic, okay? I do feel like there's a sudden change. And when I see the sudden change, right, this is the Tower card. This is a storm. However, this was a storm brewing within himself and him not doing what he needed to do for himself. There's Aries energy and Scorpio energy. So even though this felt sudden, this is about a sudden change. However, he's been getting signs after signs. It's the number 7 about spirituality, a spiritual connection, about being led. And so he had sign after sign. And so I think of violence. I think of a sudden change, okay? I think of turmoil. And there's the Hermit card. And so this Hermit card is about doing some self-reflection, some introspection. It's heavy on Virgo energy, but it's about protective, okay? It's about evaluating, soul searching. I'm also seeing the High Priestess, okay? And so when I see this High Priestess, it's like I think of a female ancestor or females around him who could be a high priestess, but it's heavy on Pisces energy. I feel like he's into, I mean, I'm doing a reading on him, but I feel like he is into divination because there's a high priestess and she's also reading cards. So there's about balancing, okay? I also see the Sun card and the 6 of Wands, okay? So it might take some time, but when I see the Sun card, I think of like childhood joy. It's a Leo energy. It's about not allowing someone to dim your shine, but it's also about core values and self-belief. I see the 6 of Wands, okay? The 6 of Wands is about a reward or recognition at work, but in life in general. And I see the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And so when I see the King of Pentacles, I think of a masculine who is a father, who is nurturing, who could be nurturing when they are evolved, okay? I see the 10 of Wands. I do see the 10 of Wands, and so this feels, and he feels very, very heavy. I also see the 10 of Swords. This feels like a ending, okay? Like divorce, like a transformation. And so the 10 of Wands is like an overburden, a responsibility. And then I see the Star card. The Star card is Aquarius energy. It's about wishing, hoping, okay? Star energy, main character energy, star of your reality. I also see the Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So there's about manifesting. It's about intuition. It's about expecting blessings or like wearing your heart on your sleeve. So I'm going to get this oracle deck and then I'm going to wrap this on up. Honey child. And so this honey child is about pregnancy. Somebody could be saying they're pregnant about him, but there's about abundance, fertility, belief, succor, growth, warmth, beginnings, in your prime. And so he may feel like he has, or just coming in his prime, because he do have a tour. And so he's worried about, like, I feel like he was birthing something. It could have been this tour. Somebody could come up and say that they're pregnant. But there's about abundance and choices and decisions. Catching lightning bugs. And so this catching lightning bugs is the vibration of 3. This is 2. This is 3. Happiness, everyday magic, childhood, simple pleasures, wonder, secret wish. And so I feel like he is going back to, like, his childhood. And, like, when there was a time where there was happiness and where he felt like there was everyday magic and, like, simple pleasures. It's like he's wondering what's going to happen. I also see I'll get around to it, okay? So this is like, what's the rush? Inspire, action, trust, relax, allow to flow. And so right now, his mother is telling him to relax and allow things to flow. But when it came to, like, him looking after his mental, his emotional, him taking care of his what he needs to take care of, like, as far as taking his medicine, it was like, what's the rush? I'll get to it. I'll get around to it. Drinking, maybe smoking, popping some pills. Okay. I also see, well, don't that just deal with my pickle, and my ear is just ringing. This is, well, total contentment. It's a yes, success, wishes granted, mastery, joyous resolution. And so there is something that he's going to have to do. The number 8 is very, very significant. So he's going to have to master his emotions. He's going to have to take some classes. He's going to have to learn how to ground his energy and his anger. Okay. I'm also seeing fixing to. This is go get it, require and inspire action. Now is the time, readiness, follow through. So there are going to be some things that he needs to do, and he has to be able to follow through on those things that they are telling him to. I do feel like he might sit for a little while. So this is May, I think they said June, here in the UK. I see over yonder, and I mean, he is over in the UK. This is over yonder. Focus, for anticipation, potential, eyes on the prize, choices and surprises. And so this was like, I'm hearing surprise, 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 surprise. And so this is like a surprise to him. He did not know he had a warrant out on him, but he do feel like his people should have told him, because I see that this says, if that ain't the truth, if that ain't truth, grits ain't groceries. And so there's about believe it, trustworthiness, watch for signs, intuition, lucidity, the real deal, okay? And so there's also some monotony, some boredom, but there is some sadness. He can't be around his kids. There is an energy of scared, okay? And so now he's going to have to be accountable for his anger and the choices and the decisions that he made. And so he's feeling it. And so he's scared that he's going to be away from his children. Okay? He barked up the wrong tree. And now it's like, I'm getting an energy of fuck around and find out. And so, there's like a refusal to walk away, okay? So this barking up the wrong tree, dead end, stalemate, not now, lack of clarity, perspective shift needed. You barked up the wrong tree, and so it's like you did not learn your lessons, okay? You didn't learn your lessons. You don't believe shit stinks. That's what I'm hearing. I'm also saying kiss my grits. And so this is no thank you, walk away. Refusal, know your worth, self-respect, and strength, okay? And so I'm also saying rebellion, 3 sheets to the wind, overindulgence, okay? Overindulgence. And so there's blowing off steam. It's because of rebellion, merriment, overindulgence, escape. And so he wasn't doing what he needed to do. And so there's regret. Right now he's sitting, okay? He's blowing off steam, okay? There's a lot of gossip around. There is a lot of gossip. And so he feels sad. He feels stupid. He feels foolish. It's on camera. And so with that being said, thank you all for watching. Thumbs this up. Comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Rate and tell a friend to watch this, okay? Healing energy. I'm hearing that. Healing energy. Ain't that his song? Healing energy. Chris Brown needs healing energy. Ironic, huh?